If you're dating a young guy, young guys, they're hunting. They go out to hunt until you find the right one. The hunt is on. They go out. Some people never get out of it. I had a partner, man. I was playing golf with him in a tournament the other day. He's 56 years old. 56. 2 divorces. Man, what you doing after the golf tournament, Steve? Going home. Yeah, man, we talking about going out a little bit. Go out. Go out where? You know, we just gonna get a spot and go out and hang out. I'm 64. Where you going I ain't never been before? Where are you going that I ain't got sick of going? I said, dog, you going out where? Yeah, man, we're gonna go out, man. You know, a lot of ladies be down at this little lady, dog. I gotta go home, dog. I don't go out. Man, you don't go out nowhere? No, I'm trying to go to heaven. That's the whole goal right now. Just trying to go to heaven, dog. I ain't going to heaven at a club. I can tell you that right now. 56. He's going out somewhere. Where you going? Oh, we're gonna go hang out. Hang out? You ever been driving down the road and you ever seen a horse out in the field? An older horse, it's got that dip in the back, got that little sway and the stomach is almost touching the grass. You ever see that? And then you see some little young horses and they be running by and they be pouncing and Old horses don't look good in the field. They don't look good in the field. When you're an old horse, you got that dip in your back and the stomach hanging on the ground. You don't look good out in the field. Get the out the field. Take your ass in the barn. Old horses do better in the barn. I'm in the barn. I look good in the barn. They feed me in the barn. They come brush me down in the barn. It's nice and cool in the barn. Young horses play in the field. They look a lot better. Old horse in the field don't look good. You got to know when it's time to go in the barn. They got hay in the barn. The water's in the barn. I got a TV in the barn. Real nice, man. But see, let me show you. There's a question. Ladies, let me tell you something. Especially the older you get. If you want to know how much money a man makes, the question you ask him is, how do you spend your downtime? I created all 14 of these questions for women because I know why if you were a grown man, not a guy in his 20s, if you meet a grown man and you want to know how much he makes, ask him how he spends his downtime. That'll tell you all you need to know. If he starts saying, I travel, scuba diving, next trip into Ecuador, he got money. You can't go do none of this without no money. You know, golf, travel, this costs money. We don't do that till you get money. That's how you find out how a guy is, what he does in his spare time. I travel, I go to art shows, I like going to exhibits, I travel for work. The dude got money. Well, I just, I like go down to the park and feed the pigeons. I'm not finna be sitting on no park bench with you, with them nasty ass birds, around all them diseases on them trifling ass pigs. Get your I broke up with a girl in college. She was Catholic. I grew up in black church. I ain't know nothing about being Catholic. She took me to a foot washing service. And you had to take your shoes off at the door. They had a foot washing service at this Catholic church. I can't take my shoes off because I got one pair. So I wore them in church. She said, you're supposed to take your shoes off and leave them at the door. I said, hey. I have one pair. I can't take these. She was upset with me. Then I didn't want to do the foot washing. I don't know you. I'm washing your funky ass foot. What they got? It wasn't a good thing for me to come. The initial service was the foot washing. was on our knees singing. All they songs was in the book. Then we had to stand up flip another page. Y'all don't know none of these jams by heart. What happened to At the Cross, This Little Light of Mine, Jesus Will Fix It? Songs I know. Be thine ever heart, O Lord, be thine over mine. I was like, hey, we need to pick this up. Ain't no, come on now. We need to get something going in here. This service right here, I don't think you and I should be together. About that. It's very simple. When I tell women how to do this, they say, well, suppose this, and okay, you can suppose yourself to death. You have every right to know where your life is going. Your life is not placed in the hands of no man that ain't committed to you. This ain't your husband. He's not your husband. Marjorie belongs to me. She mine. But guess what? I belong to her. I'm hers. Somebody heard me say that and say, you can't talk to your wife like she a piece of property. Talking about? She mine. What the She mine. But guess what? I'm hers. She belonged to me. Now, I don't know how you call that a piece of property. You call it whatever you want. She mine. I tell you what, mess with her and see what happens. I'm going to show you how much she mean to me. So until you get that commitment from a dude, you don't have to. But you got to call they bluff. It's real simple. Get your dog, pack up, and go. Watch what he do. Stop letting him talk you back. Because every time he talk you back, he go right back to that same old, don't he? Don't he? And your intuition is telling you the right thing. And what I try to tell women is, Judge Toller came on my show and said something really profound. She said her grandmother told her, don't let a man have to tell you twice he don't want you. Don't let him have to tell you twice now. You're an attractive girl. He done already said he want a break. Give his punk ass a break. Just let him block his number. Call him. The dude right there, the dude trying to tell you. What relation are y'all?
He's got a girlfriend, but we're friends now. We met right now. You guys
Well, let me tell you something. He's telling you right. Call his bluff. You have to see where you stand. But every time he calls you and blow your phone up, you go right back. So now he know that you can tolerate his little bull for cycles. So he go through the bull cycle. Pick you up at your grandmama's house. Pick me up down at the corner. What? No, man, y'all got to stop. Can I ask, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20? Oh yeah, you ain't got to do this. For what? Can't let this boy do this to you. You're too valuable. I keep telling y'all, ladies, listen to me. Y'all the prize. You keep making these dudes think they the prize. You're the prize. We ain't no prize. We just a dude. Man. I tell my wife, I saw 2 Lamborghini massage chairs that I want. She said, okay, where you gonna put them? I said, baby, I'm gonna put one in my office. I ordered the gold one. I'm gonna put one in the office, and I'm gonna send one to Atlanta to go in my man cave. She said, okay, you can have the one in your man cave in Atlanta, but you can't put no Lamborghini chair in LA in the house. I said, no, baby, I'm gonna put it in my office. She said, you're not putting no massage chair in your office. I said, why not? She said, because now you think you're going to be laying in that chair and stay downstairs all night when I done told you you got to start coming to bed. Because you keep falling asleep downstairs in your office. You trying to make it more comfortable. I said, but baby, the doctor done told you that I got to get more rest and I'm trying to put a massage chair. She said, you're not putting a massage chair in your office. Now, if you want a massage chair, have them bring it upstairs and put it in the room, right, the TV room next to the bedroom. So if I need to wake you up, I ain't got to go downstairs to wake you up. So I said, you gonna get a chair so you can with me? This is a discussion I just had with my wife. I work, my wife doesn't work. I work. I don't run. I don't know who made this system this way, but the woman is so powerful in the house. Do you know that right in here, I'm the man? In here, at Family Feud, I'm the man. Look at them radio show, I'm the man. I go to Celebrity Family Feud, I'm the man. I go to Showtime and Apollo, I'm the man. I go home, I ain't. Sometimes my sons be looking at me, they be going, Dad, how come you don't talk back to mom sometime? I said, son, because it ain't worth it. He said, but Dad, you always told us to be men. You can be men. But when you have a wife, man, you got to give it to her. I said, listen, son, the number one rule to stay married, every man should remember this. Here's the number one thing you got to remember. You can be happy or you can be right. That's it. So I just go along with her, whatever she want to do, man. That's crazy. I figured a couple of things out. Number one, you can't fix what's wrong inside your house, outside your house. I had to figure that out. Really, man, the thing with me and Marjorie is, I think we just came along at a time. I actually met Marjorie and dated her in 1987, for about a year and a half. Then I got in a lot of trouble. I met her in Memphis. We dated for about a year and a half. I got in a lot of trouble. Let's just leave it there. I ended up living in a car for 3 years. There was no cell phones back then, so I just quit calling her. She went her separate ways. I went mine. She got married. I got married. We both had our sons at the same time, born in the same year. We both had our second children born in the exact same year. And then I got divorced in 2005. I was gambling. I had an ugly divorce, man, and my bodyguard at the time remembered her and called a girlfriend of hers up in November of 2005 and said, hey, what's Marjorie doing? You ever hear from her? She said, well, I hear from her sometime. And I've been gambling. I'd been at the table for about 2 hours. And a couple hours later, he said, hey, man, I got a phone call. I said, man, I'm gambling. You know I'm talking about when I'm gambling. He said, no, man, you want to hear this voice. And I picked up the phone and she said, boy, what you want? And I said, Marjorie? She said, yeah. And it was her. And so I said, first thing I asked was, so how your punk ass husband doing? Because I heard she had got married. So she said, I've been divorced 3 years. I bought a jet the next day, went to Memphis. She walked across that lobby. I saw her walking across the lobby. I said, I bet she don't get away this time. That was it. Here's the other part of the story. The first night I met her, I was a comedian on stage at this club called the Comedy Zone in Memphis. And she came in late. It was the most beautiful person I'd ever seen in my life. Man. I never saw a woman and it hit me like that. And I stopped talking. I was just looking at her. And the audience was laughing because I was just staring at this woman. And I said, excuse me. I said, I don't know who you are. This was the very first thing I said to her. I said, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to marry you one day. She said, you don't even know me. We're married today. I knew the first time I saw her. But that phone call kind of changed it for me. Then after that, we've been like, I mean, man, I found the chick of my dreams, man. That's not important that your partner does the same thing you do. It's got to be important that they support it. You just got to get support, man. I tell you, man, especially for either side, if one of your partners has ambitions to do something or become something, it's a dream of theirs or a vision that they have, and you don't share it, you don't have to share it, but you got to understand it. and you got to support it. If you don't support it, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for everybody involved, man, because men require that support. But on the other hand, so do women. So, you know, I mean, women need it too. So if you don't support your partner, man, even if you think, Marjorie has come to me with some ideas I did not care for. I really haven't. But because she supports every harebrained idea I walk in there with, I've supported her. And I've supported her reluctantly, and she's been 100% correct. You know? And she supported me at times that I've been 100% wrong. You know, but the number game that I'm playing is pretty high, so you got to take a chance on me because you know I'm trying to hit them over the wall. She knows that because I provide for my entire family. So I'm going to think of something that I think is a great provisionary measure, and it don't work out, she'll go for it. You know, like she got into cryptocurrency. I'm not into it at all, but she got into it, and I was against it. She wanted to dump like real money in it, you know. And I was going, well, you want to dump real money into imaginary money. I'm a little confused here because we have this. This is real money. This is working. You're going to put it over here and you're going to get some invisible. What the are we? You know, I'm just old guy. I'm 64. You know, I'm old school. So what you want me to do? I don't. People making money at this, I guess. I don't understand it, so I don't like investing and doing stuff I don't understand. Money, cash. I know how to produce that. I know what that is. Cryptocurrency, what? What do you get? Show it to me. Just give me a stack of it. Just let me. Well, it's nothing. Well, I mean it's nothing. So I said, okay, do it. And I'll be honest with you, I want my money back. You know what's happening. Get you a regular looking ass man that just look all right. You know, somebody, you know, you might have to explain a couple things about it. I've been a lot of in my life. Cute ain't ever been it. I don't even have cute friends. All my friends is ugly. Because I like ugly ass men. Because you can count on their ass. You need your refrigerator and your sofa moved up to the 3rd floor. You don't call nobody cute. You call an ugly man. Be right there. What would you say? What's been the key to our success?
The fact that you respect me and I respect you.
Learn how to treat a woman with respect. I never lived. Before I met you. You know, men by nature, the one thing we are, we fixers. We try to provide a solution right now. You know why we want a solution? So we can quit talking about it.
Yeah.
Because we know tomorrow's gonna be some more stuff. So let me just provide a solution for the problem so we can move on. Here's when you know you have nothing. If every time you mention any type of problem to this guy, he offers you nothing. There's no solution, there's no assistance. I'm not talking about give you money, but I'm talking about sitting down, trying to help you work through the problem. You're looking for a man who's sincere, hardworking, has a plan, trustworthy, has goals, visions, know how to treat a woman, willing to put a woman on a pedestal and give her the queen treatment. Now, if none of that's on your radar, it's a whole lot of trifling dudes with careers, got cars, and don't live with their mama. I said, listen, son, the number one rule to stay married, every man should remember this. Here's the number one thing you got to remember. You can be happy or you can be right. That's it. Happy wife.
Happy life.
Ta-da! We'll see you tomorrow, folks.